Top 5 player.
Luka Doncic is indeed the new age Larry Bird. And I won't go into all the similarities in their games right now, but I will say this. He is the first white player since Bird who will be in the discussion for best player in the world for the next decade or so, starting in a couple years. Luka Doncic was number 4 on my MVP ballot. I had Giannis, LeBron, Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, and James Harden. I had Luka second team All-NBA. Now, all that said, I can't yet put him in the top 5 because when you just look at the players, I can't put him ahead of LeBron, Kawhi, Kevin Durant, lest we forget about him, Giannis, and James Harden. That's my top 5. And I'm not ready to necessarily put him ahead of Steph yet. We'll see what Steph looks like when he comes back. But I would take Luka over anybody else. I would take him over Damian Lillard. I would take him over Anthony Davis. I would take him over anyone else, Jamal Murray, if Skip wants to name him now. So I say Luka is right just outside of the top 5 right now. But next year, he's got a good chance to maybe move into it because maybe LeBron drops off with his age. Maybe Luka can pass James Harden. We'll see what Kevin Durant looks like when he comes back. So not yet, but this dude is an MVP candidate next year for sure.
Okay.
He left Anthony Davis out. You going to let him get away with that?
I'm taking him over AD.
So what are we going to do about Kawhi? You taking him over Kawhi too?
No, I said I got LeBron, Kawhi, Kevin Durant, Giannis, and James Harden.
Okay.
That's my top 5.
I like that top 5. I'm not willing to put him over AD just yet. I'm sorry. No, not yet.
Here's why I'd put him over AD. Because if I had to start a team, I'd rather have Luka than AD. AD, I need somebody else to kind of run things.
Right. He's kind of dependent on somebody to get him the ball.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't have him in my top 5, but only Magic Johnson can say he was as accomplished. Maybe LeBron, because Magic won a championship at 20 and then won another one at 22. So you're talking about a guy, a finals MVP. But when you look at Luka and what he can do at this age in a league with grown men, Luka is 21 years of age, and he just almost averaged a triple-double against a Clippers team that have 2 premier wing defenders, and he could get whatever he want. And it was minus Porzingis the last 2 games. Porzingis got thrown out 5 minutes into the third quarter. No Cauley-Stein, no Powell. So for me, I agree. I think he's I'm going to say top 10, but I don't think I'm not taking him over AD. So I got, my 5 is kind of like yours, but he's coming. He's a superstar. Put it like that. He might not be top 5, but he's a superstar. Skip Bayless. Now say it with me and Chris. Superstar.
Superstar.
Right now, I'm a superstar because I'm in a stupor over here listening to both of you. What are you both talking about? And you, Shannon Sharp, who grew up loving Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Right now,
got me a new one.
Luka Doncic is as far from Larry Bird as I am from French Lick, Indiana. That's how far he is from Larry Bird. It is blasphemy. It is heresy. It is lightning will strike for us to even be putting Luka Doncic in the same conversation with one of the deadliest dead-eye shooters in the history of this game. There's nobody I wanted to see the ball in the hands of at the end of a game than Larry Joe Bird as a Boston Celtic. He made shots. He created shots. He was a shot maker. He shot it over his head, stand still, feet on the floor, and you could not block it at 6'9". Luka Doncic is still a lousy three-point shooter and an even worse free throw shooter.
He gonna get better.
Called free throws, F-R-E-E throws, and he hasn't shown me anything because his free throw percentage from the regular season was bad enough, and it went down in the playoffs in 6 games against the Clippers. He shot 67.9%. That is pathetic. That's 48th of the 52 qualified free throw shooters in the playoffs. He went 4 of 8 yesterday. That will not work. You're disqualified from any top 5, top 10, even top 15 consideration if you can't make your free throws.
So is
and if
LeBron
during the
not top
regular
15?
season you were ranked 140th of 147 three-point shooters. You are not top 5, not as Jeff said, and I love Jeff Van Gundy, but to say easily top 5 when you are a target on defense. Whoever you guard, they are going after you because you can't guard anybody. Occasionally you can disrupt and steal the ball, but you can't guard anybody. And most teams try to go at you physically because you have a reputation over the last couple of years of being a little bit soft. I thought he stood up for himself and fought back against the Clippers. The truth is, he's a wolf in sheep's clothing because he's also a little bit of a gray area, dare I say, sly, clever player who can get away with a little dirty, cheap shot into the back of Reggie Jackson's head, knocking him out of bounds and out of the game. Yeah, you can get away with that. But in the end, how can I have respect for a guy who can't shoot, who can do, he's a great passer, and he can get into the lane and dish the ball. I will give you that. But I just detailed why he is over and out of anybody's top 5 or even top 10 consideration.
You gave free throw shooting. So by that definition, LeBron's not top 15.
Giannis either.
Come on. right. Yeah, Giannis is.
Well,
I mean, come on.
All I know is that
He's
LeBron James has been perpetually disqualified from the GOAT conversation because he's a lousy free throw shooter. I've said it 1,000 times on this show.
Giannis shot 75% in the regular season from the line. And like Shannon said, he'll get better. To say he's not a good shooter is just not true. Now, his percentage was poor from three-point land. I get that. But you can look at him and see this guy can shoot the basketball and is going to just keep improving. Skip, you're talking about Bird like all he was a shooter. Bird defensively, Bird couldn't stay in front of anybody either, but he was a smart team defender and got a lot of steals. That's what Luka does. Luka is strong like Bird. Luka is smart like Bird was. Luka uses change of direction, change of pace, feint, slice to get his shot off against anybody like Larry Bird. Luka doesn't back down from the brothers. Let's just keep it real. Like Larry Bird. Luka, and I'm going to say this, if you count LeBron's second season in the league as his 20-year-old season, then Luka Doncic is the best 20-year-old in NBA history. Larry Bird was 23 years old when he got into the NBA. Magic had the tremendous game in Game 6. I think that's arguably the best game ever played by an individual in the NBA when he scored 42 in place of Kareem in the NBA Finals. He was 20. But Magic didn't have a better year than Luka.
No.
Magic didn't even lead his team in assists his first 2 seasons. That was Norm Nixon. Magic wasn't Rookie of the Year. Magic wasn't first or second team All-NBA as a 20-year-old. Luka is the true Skip. You should accept it now, so save embarrassment from later.
Oh, stop
this
it.
dude is for real.
I haven't been embarrassed for 2 years yet because he keeps backing me up. 17 straight years I've heard, LeBron will improve at the free throw line. Baloney. You have the whole offseason to shoot free throws, and you get worse and worse. LeBron's gotten worse through his career from the free throw line.
LeBron doesn't have a great shooter's touch. Luka does.
Oh, stop it. Great shooter's touch. Show me.
Shot.
Hey, he leads the league in air ball shooting. Have you been watching? He shot in the previous game, or his last Sunday's game, he shot 3 air balls before he made the last one. He is hit and mostly miss. He is 31% during the whole regular season. Don't tell me he's got great touch. Baloney.
He'll get better.
Show me.
Skip, hold on. He can handle the ball better than Bird.
I don't know about that.
I know about
Listen,
that.
Larry
I know
Bird is
about
a
that. I know
great
about
passer.
Skip, you have
Not
to
just a
understand.
good passer.
First of all,
great passer.
He passes virtually as well as Bird.